What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Leicester City Career Mode here on Football Manager Mobile. As we can see, we are in March. I played a little bit ahead um, through Feb and a little bit of March, maybe one or two games. Um, and yeah, just giving you an update on how things have been. If we just look at some results over the last 3 months or so, we can see that we are now top of the table after 38 games, 2 games in hand over Ipswich, a 6 point lead, and 1 game in hand over pretty much the rest of the log. What about 18? You can see it's a bit tight down there, 3 through 8, I guess, or even if we go 5 through 8. But yeah, it's looking quite tight. Um, for the playoff positions, we don't seem to have an unassailable lead, but we are in some form of lead. 6 points. I'll be very pleased with that. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the boys. And down in relegation is Luton, Reading, and Derby. It looks like Luton and Reading are ready for the drop, but Derby may have a fighting chance. With a couple games left, they could do a miracle and pass Oxford. Um, yeah, if we just look at some statistics, we can see Chido Obi, who's on loan for me, is um, got some goals, and Tom Cannon from Sheffield is the bag man for them, leading the race so far ahead. We do have 3 people with some goals, but nothing as good as Tom Cannon, it would seem. We have George Otti, who's top of the assists, and Mateus Fernandez there at West Ham seems to be doing well for them as well. He's not too far behind George Otti, but yeah, um, it's we do have some guys, but nothing, nothing amazing. Although George Otti, that is commendable, 14, 15 assists. And if we look at some results, I think last result um, I showed you was just before this Everton game, and this Everton game we won 4-3, tight game. Um, but yeah, we had them on the ropes early doors. It was what, like 3-1, 3-2 half time, and then we came to finish the job. Um, but yeah, we had a 2-1 against Bolton. We had a 1-0 loss to Preston North, and Alfie Babbage wasn't able to convert a pen. I think he had a disallowed goal, actually, not a pen. We managed to come through against Millwall at the Den. Um, Maggot Gay, I was really happy with him this game. Actually, played really well. He's been a good player for us since come through with some decent goals. That left foot of his. But yeah, mixed bag of results. Then we lost 2-1 to Everton after having beat them 4-3 at Goodison Park, or what is it, Hill Dickinson now. And we then went on to lose um, against Nottingham Forest 2-1. You see Elliot Anderson playing down and nothing, and he's in the championship, and his value has gone down as well. It could be someone we look to sign in the future. We had a nice 3-2 comfortable win there against QPR. Maybe not comfortable. We came through from 2-0 down. Um, yeah, I was a bit worried. We were gonna take the L on that one, but the boys came through with the goods, and they can be really pleased with themselves. We had a solid 5-1 win against Sheffield United. Tom Cannon not doing enough to help his team cross the line with this one. We destroyed them. Abel Fabiani had a fantastic game. I think he had 2 goals and 2 assists. And he scored a stunning free kick. I wish I had that one. It was a fantastic free kick, and his second goal was some screamer from outside of the box as also amazing. We lost 2-1 to Spurs in the FA Cup third round. I mean, you can't really fight that one. They're just Premier League quality all round. Even though they had a seemingly rotated 11, they were just too good for us. We beat Luton, who are relegation strugglers. George Otichiro Obi, Alfie Babbage bagging for us. We had a solid 3-0 against West Ham. Mateus Fernandez wasn't able to do enough for them. Uh, but yeah, our lad seems to be coming through. Cheeto Obi seems to be the bag man, rescuing us every single time. Um, in all truth, and this was an odd one. I saw Joshua Zutzi playing for Ipswich, so he bagged, and then Maggot game managed to pull it back. Ipswich are of course second in the log, so no surprises that it was a tough game. We see Johan Wissa, who currently plays for Newcastle, playing for Derby there, and he bagged twice but disallowed goals, meaning that we could win comfortably 2-0. We had a 2-1 there, a 4-2 against Norwich. Yeah, tough game, came from 2 down, 2-2 at halftime, and Cheeto Obi finished it. Unfortunately, couldn't get the hat trick, but yeah, and then a 2-0 against Birmingham. Jimmy J and Riley Carr. Riley Carr is really pulling up. I believe for the month of February, Riley Carr got best young player of the season. I won manager of the month, and Jaden Linnell, my left back, was in the running for young player of the month. So we had a really, really good time with them. And then obviously we won 6-1 in that last game. If we just look at some transfers, because we just had the transfer window, we had some players leaving us and we had some incomings as well. The first one to leave was Luke Thomas. We sold him to Wrexham. Um, it just wasn't able to handle the insecure nature. He just couldn't get his head in the game, just doubtful all the time. Good player, but I was struggling with his mentality more than anything. I felt like, yes, you do need some pessimism, but he had too much of it, if that makes sense. Harry Suter, he wanted to leave. I tried to offer him a new contract, but the wages he wanted were just a bit too much, more than I was willing to give him at the time. Excellent player, but not able to. I think this might be the third or fourth player we're selling to Crystal Palace, our second defender, as it were. We sold Romain Mundle to Oxford United for about 7 or 8 million, I believe, was the amount, about 8 million, yeah. And and then we sold Ian Poveda there. I didn't seem to click on it, but yeah, Ian Poveda, he was just disruption during training, and yeah, I don't really need that. Maybe he wanted more money, I'm unsure, but we sold him to Luton, who are in a relegation struggle. Decent player, in all honesty, but a disruptive force within the squad, and he needed to coach. Bad morale. Good player, don't get me wrong. Excellent player to get through the who helped us to get back into the championship, but I think that's where it ended. And for incomings, we had a bit of a busy one. We brought in a new centre back, Mac Starovic. Really, really good all round player. I've been really pleased with him since he's come through. And yeah, been really happy with him. I mentioned that we would have some players come in and maybe some wouldn't. Some young players, and this is one of them. Sebastian Medina, the Colombian striker. He looks really promising. We signed him for about 2 million, no work permit issues as we had with some of the others, and so I'm really, really happy we managed to bring in one or two of these players. We also signed a really big one here, Otto Rosengren, for 5 million from Malmo. He's been excellent. You can see his valuation has already shot up, and he's been an excellent player. Um, and good rotation, nice to come off the bench and make a solid impact. Here's another player we signed on the cheap, no visa issues, Emin Hadranovic. A bit of a tongue twister, that one. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to using him, seeing how he develops. And um, yeah, it's not a crazy window, but I think we signed some decent players. There are some things I'm looking to do, or players to scout for the future. But yeah, we had our youth intake as well, and these are some of the players that we had come through. So we see Corbett here, we had Hobden, and Bob Rachel, and Deegan Pring over here also. So now we have a nice striking unit coming up through the academy, and I'm really looking forward to using. And you can see some future transfers here: Fuad Famero, the French striker, and Julian Araujo from Bournemouth, who I think was transfer listed. I don't recall, but yeah, he's not getting game time, and so I've offered to take him off Bournemouth's hands. And so next season we have a replacement for Ricardo Pereira. We also have a wing back, so we can go attack one side and defense the other in terms of fullbacks. So yeah, we can see Ricardo Pereira's retiring end of the season. We have a lot of retiring players end of the season. Ricardo Pereira, Bobby De Cordova-Reid, Lascelles maybe, and Jordan Ayew, I believe, as well. So a handful of players that need replacing, or Ambegovic as well. Um, he does feel a little bit hard done by, but hey, nothing I can do about that. We have other players who need game time as well. But yeah, for the most part, uh, this has been my rotation 11 that you're looking at right now. Babbage would occasionally start up top with Riley Carr on the sides, but yeah, it's yeah. I'm also in the process of trying to pick a new captain, so I'm just flicking through all of these things just so you can see who's there. You can see Patrick Mercado has appeared as a team leader. I really want to see George Urti up there as well. It would be nice if Ollie Skip would show a bit more leadership, given how long he's been in the squad, but it doesn't seem like he's interested, but he is a loyal player. In terms of statistics, Cheeto Obi, Jimmy J. Morgan, and Alfie Babbage leading the race. George Urti with the assists and nobody touching him for some distance. Although Maggot Gate with 13 goal contributions, commendable, commendable, commendable. Yellow's there, but also, I mean, ball winning midfielder. What can you expect? Player of the match is George Urti and Alfie Babbage, and average rating Patrick Mercado, Abel Fabiani. Um, Yeah, Patrick Mercado has been okay, to be honest. You good player, don't get me wrong. But yeah, if we just look at some squad happiness, see Evo Fabiani thinks that Rosengren is so good for this team. Um, but yeah, it's uh, it's nice to see people liking uh, new transfers, and so we will. It's almost time to start thinking about what to do in the off season in terms of incomings, because if things continue the way they are, then yeah, we're gonna end up in the Prem, and it's a big step into the Premier League, and so we need some quality, because some of these players, they're good, but they're only good for this level, and so we might even be doing like a squad overhaul. We might have to sell some familiar faces, players that have been with us and helped us bring us into the position that we are. We saw Ian Pobeda leaving us, and so it's going to be sad, but at the same time it's necessary because the jump is so high going into the Prem. You can see we've been knocked out of FA Cup, Carabao Cup, all to Premier League opposition. Um, Both don't have too many comments, although they do seem really pleased about some of the signings we made. Um, so Otto Rosengren, Majinovic, or whatever his name is, um, yeah. So as we come to the end of this episode, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below, and I will get to them. But for the time being, I hope you guys have a great one, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.